Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, back doing my first Outlaws of Thunder Junction draft. A little late on this, but I had to work, unfortunately, so I couldn't draft as soon as the format came out. But I'm ready to draft now, and I've really don't know too much about this format. I've gotten a little bit look at the mechanics. I watched a couple of LSV drafts of him doing it, but I'm going to just have to basically read the rares, read the uncommons, and kind of focus and just make some good decisions, hopefully. But we can look through the archetypes real quick. It's always a good idea to do that at the beginning of a format. So we have blue-white, which is take a break, keep your guard up, use the plot mechanic and cards with flash to pass your turn with mana available, ready for anything. So the plot mechanic, as I understand it, is you pay the plot cost, and it's kind of like foretell, but then on any subsequent turn, after that turn, you can play that card for free, sorcery speed, once you've paid its plot cost. We have crimes in blue-black, which is another mechanic. Keep targeting your opponents and their stuff turn after turn. You're looking to play a long game, but your constant heists will leave your opponents less than prepared. So crimes are basically committing a crime, turns on some cards, and committing a crime is targeting your opponent or their permanents, I believe. Maybe it's just creatures, but if you do that, you're committing a crime, and it just triggers some other abilities. Red-black, we have outlaws, assemble a crew of assassins, mercenaries, pirates, rogues, and warlocks. This motley crew of outlaws will find ways to work together to wear down your opponents. Power 4+ in red-green. Big creatures are usually their own reward, but this set steps it up. Boost your forces with spells or mercenary tokens and let the onslaught begin. Green-white mount. There's a whole stable of mounts eager to charge into battle. Every time a mount attacks backed by some skilled riders, you'll reap more rewards. Saddle up. So yeah, mount is another new mechanic, and I think it's like mount number, so like mount 2 or 3. I'll have to read it a little bit, but I think it just triggers some additional ability. If you mount a creature, something happens, so we'll read about that. Attrition in white-black. Your permanents are here for a good time, not a long time. Sacrifice shamelessly, block fearlessly, and attack aggressively. Every loss is another opportunity for a larger gain. Second spell, so this is utilizing the plot mechanic, but sling your spells in 1/2 bursts. Low mana value cards and plotted cards enable combinations of 2 or more spells in a turn, unlocking a flurry of bonuses. So basically a lot of, if this is the second spell you cast this turn, get +1/+1 kind of bonus cards, stuff like that. Black-green, creatures in the graveyard. You only live once, hardly. Your cards can bring fallen creatures back to the fray or simply take advantage of the number of creature cards in your graveyard. And then we have mercenary aggro. You might not have the biggest creatures, but you have the most aggressive ones. Mercenary tokens will pump the power of your creatures so you can keep making good attacks when opposition arrives. So yeah, there's mercenary tokens, which are 1/1s that tap and I think give +1/+0 to another creature you control. I think you can only do it at sorcery speed, though. And then we have plot in green-blue. Set your mastermind plans into motion with the plot mechanic. Your opponents may see them coming, but that doesn't mean they'll be able to stop them. Control the battlefield and strike when the time is right. So, all right. I thought it was kind of a weird-looking set just based on the couple drafts I saw LSV do. It kind of seemed like flying was really valuable. It seemed like some really heavy, like clogged boards on the ground until someone played their bomb that like could either overtake the field or someone had a flyer and was just getting in there. So that's about as much as I know about the format, but let's jump right into it and learn a new format. All right, we'll see you in a moment. All right, pick one. Oh yeah, there's throwback cards in these formats as well. So you have Anguished Unmaking, 3 mana mythic, exile target non-land permanent. You lose 3 life, so you can deal with anything at instant speed, but you lose life. Vadmer, New Blood, 2 mana, 2/2. When you commit a crime, put a +1/+1 counter on it. That's pretty sweet. And as long as it has 4 or more, so it just keeps getting bigger. And committing a crime is not too difficult. You just have to target opponent or anything they control, and or cards in their graveyard. So you can target them, their permanents, or cards in their graveyard. That's pretty sweet. I kind of want to take that. Uncommon wise, though, Marauding Sphinx, 5 mana, 3/5. Flying Vigilance, Ward 2. Whenever you commit a crime, Surveil 2. That's incredibly strong, too. This is just cheaper. It's the only reason I like it, and it gets permanent bonuses, but that's really strong flyer. Shifting Grift. Oh yeah, Spree is another mechanic too. So Spree is you can pay these additional costs and do any or all of those extra abilities. So that lets you exchange control of stuff. Hindering Light, counter spell that targets you or permanent you control. Draw a card. More uncommons. There's so many. When this enters, you get one of those mercenaries, and you can copy abilities whenever you activate an ability. It's pretty sweet. All right, let's see what Campbell does. Profiting Mayor. 3 mana, 2/4. Whenever one or more tokens enter the battlefield under your opponent's control, for each of them, create a tap token that's a copy of it. This ability triggers only once each turn. Whenever one or more tokens enter the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. That's a pretty sweet card, actually. I mean, it's 3 mana, 2/4, which is good. You punish them for all the tokens they make. And whenever you get tokens, including the ones that you get from them, from copying them, they lose 1 life and you gain 1 life. I really like that card. Let's see what this one does. Unlicensed Hearse. So this is exile cards from a single graveyard. That's good for triggering commit crime, actually, for Vadmir. And its power and toughness are each equal to the number of cards exiled with it. That is a good rare, too. Neutralize the guards. 3 mana instant. Make all their creatures -1/-1 and surveil 2. That's pretty sweet. Full steam ahead. Each creature you control gets, so it's like, all right, it's like a big buff. Okay, that's cool. I'm just going to take this rare because I kind of like this card. I feel like that's sweet. We'll see how many tokens we can make. All right, Brimstone Roundup, 2 mana. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, you get a mercenary. That's pretty sweet. I like that. It's a cool enchantment. Destroy target creature with mana value 3 or less. Return target creature to its owner's hand. That's actually a good card. Kill spell that also can bounce. Whenever you commit a crime, put a loot counter on it. Add 1 mana of any color. Oh, you remove loot and you can draw. That's kind of cool. So we want... Oh, this is create a treasure token for each creature that crewed it this turn. Wow, that's pretty cool, actually. So that works with Campbell. You at least drain them. That's cool. Arid Archway is the deserts. There's also a bunch of deserts in this format. This taps for 2, but you have to bounce a land. Still kind of cool. Skullduggery is a deceptively good reprint, too. I don't know what to take. I'm just going to take one of the uncommons here because I ran out of time. But I kind of like that this... Well, it's a little expensive, I guess. But if you have a high top end, I guess it could be good. But... yeah, I don't know if that's the one I wanted. I guess being able to draw cards out of this could be good, but you can only trigger it once a turn. Maybe it wasn't the best. Neutralize the guards, uncommon. So we saw that already. That's cool. In white, otherwise, lifelink. When it dies, draw a card. That's not terrible. Creatures control. All right, this buffs. That's not bad. We could just take a desert to open us up for more colors. When this enters, create a dinosaur. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater. We don't have any currently, though. Locomotive, another chance to get that. It does make treasures, which is nice. I think I'm just going to take the desert because I can't really figure out which of these I like the most. All right, Greed's Gambit. 4 mana, it's a mythic. When it enters, you draw 3 cards, you gain 6 life, you create 3 bats. At the beginning of your end step, you discard a card, lose 2 life, and sack your creature. When it leaves the battlefield, you discard 3 cards, lose 6 life, and sacrifice 3 creatures. Wow. I kind of like this card, though. You get a bunch of evasive creatures. You do have to... I see. That can be punishing it. Maybe it's a... I wonder if this is a trap card, but it seems kind of good. Humiliate's kind of cool, too. Another desert here. Fake your own death. And you get to create a treasure token. That's cool. Oh, wow, that's cool. I mean, yeah, it flashes in, though, too. So it's like a kill spell that's also a 6/2 flash blocker. It's actually pretty good. Another mythic here. So this discard a card, look at the top X cards of your library, X's number of artifacts you control. Wow. If you end up with a bunch of treasure, it's good, but we didn't take that treasure card. What's Hollow Marauder do? 7 mana, 4/2 flyer. Costs 1 less for each creature card in your graveyard flying. When it enters any number of target opponents, each discard a card for each of those opponents who didn't. Wow, I like this. This card seems really good to me. Yeah, I like that. Rakish Crew. This makes a token, which I guess admittedly works better with Comball, but we might not necessarily play Comball. Whenever an outlaw you control dies, that's a cool card. But I feel good about this out. Like I said, I found flying to be pretty good, so I feel good about that. Another chance to take Fake Your Own Death. Take up the shield is actually a pretty cool, pretty cool little Combat trick. Lackey in red also makes a token. This is a plot way to... You can sack a land too to draw two, so that is actually pretty good. I might just take Soured Springs, just kind of open up for more splashing opportunities, because I'm not 100% sure what exactly we're doing yet. But getting multiple black deserts when we're probably black seems like a good idea. Map the frontier. So this lets you get some deserts and put them on the battlefield. Wow. That's cool. If you have a good top end. So you can bounce a tapped creature, and it's a 5-mana 4/4, so relatively efficient there. So this is saddle. Yeah, tap. It becomes saddled. So when it's saddled, it gets bigger and it gets menace. I think I'll just take this charger for now. No real reason why. It just seemed like a pretty decent creature. So this is 5-mana instant, 6 to a creature, and 2 damage up to one other target creature token. So a little specific there, but can be good. Outlaw Medic is just a 2-drop. Could take the Gulch. Otherwise, kind of see what's open. I think I might just take Gulch here. Is this a fight spell? That might have been good too. Another chance to get neutralize the guards. I mean, it can kill mercenaries, and Surreal 2 is not the worst. And it's in black, so we could cut black. Otherwise, this has reach, which is probably pretty good. Yeah. It's not the archetype we're doing, though. I'm just going to take neutralize the guards. So you can take the Arid Archway, you can take the Forlorn Flats, otherwise Quilled Charger. We took one of those already. That's cool too. You get maybe token off it. I'm going to take the Flats. We're just getting some good fixing for now. All right, we got the Luxurious Locomotive back. I don't think it's fantastic, but Crew 1 is really not that terrible. You can do it on your turn and do it on your opponent's turn too, so it's actually not bad, I think. All right, and I kind of like this card. I'm a little surprised to see it second to last. This is not a bad card. I mean, it's got 2 toughness for 6 mana, but it flashes in, can kill something, and is like a flash blocker. I kind of like it. Oko the Ringleader. Well, maybe I'm happy I picked all this fixing. So at the beginning of combat on your turn, becomes a copy of up to 1 target creature you control until turn, except he has hexproof. Draw 2 cards. If you committed a crime this turn, discard a card. Otherwise, discard 2 cards. Create an elk. And for each other non-land permanent you control, create a token that's a copy of that permanent. Wow. That's cool. All right. Well, that seems sweet. You could actually, because you're creating tokens with Comball, that's kind of cool synergy. All right, we'll take that. Shepherd of the Clouds, although that puts us 4 color already. But it's all right. We have the fixing to support it, so we'll make it work. We'll take Oko. Shepherd of the Clouds. Return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Turn that card to the battlefield instead if you control Mount. What's this? Baron Bertram Greywater. 4 mana 3/4. Whenever one or more tokens enter the battlefield and you control, create it. Wow, you get to create it. That's really cool. That works really well with Comball. Lively Dirge. Search your library for a card, put it in your graveyard, shuffle, return up to 2 creature cards with total mana value 4 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I like that. Lets you search and get stuff back too if you pay the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. 5 mana, that's not the worst. Well, Gigabee came all the way back last time, so we could attempt that again. This is pretty decent value, actually. And it takes it straight to the battlefield, too. I guess I should be looking a little bit more closely at green and blue now that I have Oko, but maybe we just take this uncommon here in black for now. Just because it does actually seem like a pretty decent card. Shoot the Sheriff. Hard to go wrong with destroy target non-outlaw creature. I mean, how many outlaws do we have currently, though, I guess? Well, 0, so that makes me feel a little better. Otherwise, Vraska joins up. Put a death touch counter on each creature you control. Whenever a legendary creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. All right, well, probably still taking Shoot the Sheriff, I'm guessing. Just because that's pretty solid removal. Oh, wait, what are outlaws again? Oh, assassins, mercenaries, pirates, rogues, and warlocks. Uh-oh. So we have 2 rogues. All right, it's still like, probably still deals with a lot of things, hopefully. Maybe we'll get all these gigapeats back and We'll see if they're as good as I hope they are, or if they are a trap card. We'll find out. Wow, the Gitrog Ravenous Rider, 5 mana, 6/5 trample haste. Whenever the Gitrog Ravenous Rider deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice a creature that's saddled it this turn. If you do, draw X cards and put up to X land cards from your hand onto the battlefield tapped, where X is a sacrifice creature's power. Well, it's a 5 mana, 6/5 trample haste. So I think I'm going to take that. This actually works well with Gumball too. You make treasures, and that at least triggers this and offsets, drains them, so you don't really even lose the life. But hard not to take that. And now I wonder if it's better to just play maybe black, green, splash white, splash blue. If we have enough treasures, we could probably make that work, but hard to not take a 5 mana 6/5 trample haste with upside. All right, another chance to take Vraska joins up. Do have a legend now at least. It's pretty cool. And we have Campbell and we have Vadmir. All right, maybe take Vraska's joins up. Maybe we're actually getting there where we have enough. I mean, putting a Death Touch counter on each creature you control is really not that bad either, especially if we can make some more creature tokens. This card's good too, but I'll take the Vraska joins up. Sounds good. Chance to get Map the Frontier, which should fix pretty well for Oko plan, but that's okay. Tiny Bones joins up. 1 black, enters any number of target players, each discard a card. Whenever a legendary creature enters the battlefield under your control, any number of target players, each mill a card and lose 1 life. That's interesting. I don't know how much I love this. So it's 1 mana, make them at least discard, and then more upside for your legends. I could see it being decent. Is that more exciting than a 4 mana 3/4 menace that makes this bigger? I think so. We'll try it. Do we even have enough? We only have 6 creatures currently. Well, we're gonna need some more. Badlands Revival. Return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Return up to 1 target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, not bad. Boombox. Straight up to 1 target artifact, up to 1 creature, and well, it's kind of expensive, but deals with a lot of things. Or we could take Prosperity on the splash. Could make it could madness it somehow. Are we? I guess we're probably not doing red at this point. We're doing every other color, so we could take the Lush Oasis for more fixing. I think I like that plan. We do need more creatures though. 2 mana 3/3. What am I cutting currently? Let's get rid of this. That's 1 less creature. This makes creatures though, so you can kind of count Oko as a creature. Uh-oh, did I get what I wanted? Yeah. Lonely Arroyo. Could use that for fixing. Pack 3 is going to need a lot of help, but that's okay. So this is a fight spell. It's really not a bad fight spell at all, but I'm going to take the fixing, I think. I don't know if we really need that kind of fixing. I guess we're not probably playing red, so we don't need that. Holy cow. This is actually a really good card. Flash Flyer with upside. I think we'll take it. All right. Another Vraska joins up. I don't know if we need 2 of those. We need creatures pretty badly. 3 mana 4/2. Not great, but we need creatures, so I'll take it. It's actually a decent blocker, I feel like. We'll steam ahead. Another flyer. That's not bad. It's not great either, but flyers are typically good. I don't think we're playing red, so I'm going to pass on that. So I want to do, yeah, base green-black, I think. Kellen joins up. All right. I don't think we can afford to do that. We need some more actual creatures, but it's hard to pass a murder, I guess. Let's see. Servant of the Stinger. Death Touch. Deals combat damage to a player. If you've committed a crime, sacrifice it. If you do, search your life. Wow, that's cool. Find any card. It's actually not bad. I think I'm going to take murder here. I'm going to have to find some creatures, but I'm hopeful. Right now we're at like 9. That's not the worst. Actually, Bandits Hall turned out to be a good pick. Consider we're 4 color now. I'm going to take murder though and get some really good removal there. Read some other stuff along the way. So this makes a mercenary token, which is nice. And you get a creature back. Yeah, I feel fine about that. Smuggler's Prize. Mill 4 cards, put up to 2 creature cards and or lands from among the mill cards in your hand. Put up 2 creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Wow, that's cool. It's a lot of mana to do that, but and gain hexproof. What's Honest Rutstein do? 3 mana, 3/2 enters. Turn a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. What? This card seems great, and it's a legend. I like that. Treasure Dredger is good too, but if we're base green black, I feel good about taking Rutstein here. All right, more instant speed removal, but this seems like a really good legend to me. Make yourself cheaper, and you get a creature card back from your graveyard to your hand. It's really good. I like that. All right, Binding Negotiation, 2 mana. They reveal their hand, choose an online card. If you do, they discard it. Otherwise, you may put a face-up exiled card they own into their graveyard. Oh, I see. That's cool. So you can get rid of a plotted card. You don't get a ton of opportunities to do that, though. We take an expensive card here, 6 mana, 6/5, costs less if you control a desert. It's got reach. And if they target it, you can draw. I like that. And this blows up artifacts and enchantments and has vigilance. That's not bad either. Are we keeping busy enough early? Do I want another big expensive thing? I think I do, actually, more than the 2/2. I might be wrong about that, but Gold Rush, Create Treasure, and then it's a buff spell. Boombox, it's expensive, but it's a removal. You could take a Gigapede now. I guess it's another expensive thing. I might actually take this how many creatures do we have now? 10, 11 if you count Oko rather. It's still a little bit light. But this Heath is really good fixing for us because it's like all of our primary colors. So I kind of feel like taking that. I don't think we're going to need the Barons. Black, green, black, blue, black, white, blue, white. I'm going to take this. Blooming Marsh. Okay, that's some fixing too. Might just take the Dredger, or I could take a flyer, but this allowing us to fix is pretty valuable. Fix and ramp. I kind of like the Dredger, and it's an uncommon. I think that's good. This is just a flyer, which is good. And it can be a 3 power flyer too, but as much as I easily take more fixing, I think we're actually going to take the Dredger because we're running low on picks here, and we do want a few more creatures. So we can take another Dredger. We don't need the fixing here. This has flying. Wow, that's pretty good. Destroy stuff too. All the flyers. That's cool too. But I'm going to take another Dredger just because, like I said, we're 4 color. Surgical Extraction. This is more of a sideboard card. Not very good for limited. This can tap. That's actually not bad. I could see this. That effect is actually not bad, believe it or not. And we're not really wanting anything else, so. Unfortunate accident. So destroy a creature. That's cool. Create a mercenary. That seems great. I like it. Heartless Pillage. You can create a treasure and make them discard. Or we could take another creature. That's not bad, but yeah, we're kind of okay on creature count now, so I think I'm actually going to take more removal. What's the commando do? If it wasn't cast or no mana was spent to cast it. Okay. So you plot it for 4 and it comes in as a 5/5 in your next turn. Seems good to me. Don't need the buffs. What's the Paladin do? Enters gain 3. That's actually not bad either. Fake your own death or Consuming Ashes. I think we'll take more removal. Why not? Double black could be a problem, I guess, but I don't think we're going to be able to splash for this, but I'm just going to take it anyway. Bunch of green. I don't think we need any of this, to be honest. I don't need any of this either. All right. Well, that was a interesting draft. I feel like we saw a lot of strong cards. This format is a pretty tough one to just try and dip your toes into without a bunch of knowledge. How many legends did we have? I don't think it tells you, does it? No. It's only legendary creatures, right? Yes. Enters the battlefield, just mill 1 and lose 1. I don't think we're going to need the Tiny Bones joins up, honestly. Even if we have a pretty decent legend count, which I'm not even 100% sure. I'm convinced we do. We have 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 legends. Yeah, we may not need the Brasket joins up either. I mean, it's a cool effect for your 4 creatures, but you have to be able to deal damage with them too to a player. So, I mean, giving all your stuff Death Touch is not bad either, but we probably can cut it. I think our fixing actually turned out pretty good, believe it or not. Creature count, it says 14. I'm going to count Oko as 15, so that's not bad. This is some removal that can also technically make a creature, I guess. 2 mana Mercenary or 5 mana Mercenary plus destroy target creature at instant speed. It's actually not bad. The Keykeeper, I'm not blown away with that on the splash, but like I said, I think our mana is pretty good. White-blue is kind of a weird desert to run since this is the only blue card we have in our deck. But we didn't get any actual good green fixing either. That could be a problem. I guess this counts as a creature too. We don't have a ton of high power creatures though, do we? I guess we have some decent ones. But it kind of requires you to have another creature to even do anything, so I don't love that. I mean, we got some fatties here though. Yeah, kind of want to keep all my flyers. So was this actually a good pick? I'd say if you're paying 5 mana for a 6/5 reach with upside, you're probably doing pretty good. And I think this one is probably going to be good too. We'll find out, but I kind of like it. You make them discard, and if they didn't discard something big, you get to draw. I mean, they discard, you draw, you get a 4/2 and possibly reduce cost. I'd say that's good. So I don't really want to cut creatures. Could take the bandits. I think the bandits all is still actually pretty decent because we have a lot of ways to commit crimes in here too. We have a lot of removal. I don't know if I need neutralize the guards. It's not bad, but we have a lot of good spot removal. Oh yeah, how do I feel about Greed's Gambit? I kind of still like it. I mean, getting 3/2/1 flying bats, drawing 3 cards. You have to win pretty quick or it's gonna I think it's worth it. It does. That's a big board swing. I don't think people realize how big of a board swing that is. You do have to immediately discard lose to and sack though. So it's the first turn you have it out to. Is it a trap card? It could be. And if they are able to remove it, you're kind of in big trouble too. I kind of feel like trying it, but I wonder if it is. Because are we a beatdown deck? No, we're more of a... Yeah, I think if we were... This is probably at its best in red-black hyper aggro. But like I said, getting 3/2/1 bats, I mean, those things can... That can close a game out pretty quick. You get like just a couple attacks in with that, you're already looking at 12 damage. If you're sacking ground dudes so you can keep your bats too. I'll give it a try. If it's a trap, so be it. I'm thinking about cutting the Tumbleweed Rising. It doesn't really count towards my creature count anyway. I don't know how I feel about the Keykeeper. It's essentially on the splash. Do I need Badlands Revival? I mean, we have some good creatures to bring back, but I don't know if I need it. Basically get 2 permanents back. It's a little expensive. This is exile a creature and potentially get more value out of it. That's not bad. The Lively Dirge. I think this one's cool. Because actually... You do Lively Dirge, you find Honest Rutstein, put it in there. You get to put it on the battlefield, and then you get to return another creature. It's kind of cool. It's going to be hard to get more than 1 creature back with it, though. That's true. Because we just have a couple treasure dredgers, so this might not be worth it. Even though I think it's a good card. I'm just looking at non-creatures that I want to cut. I'm thinking about cutting Neutralize the Guards. I mean, it's a combat trick at worst too, though, which is pretty good. We're going to keep the accident. We want to keep our creatures, I guess. Awkwardly. Let me read Oko the Ringleader's ultimate again. For each other non-land permanent you control. So just create a token that's a copy of your non-land permanents, basically. Okay. That's really strong ultimate. And if you've committed cards, you draw 2, discard 1. And it becomes copies of creatures you control. So it's a legend too, which is kind of cool for Vraska joins that, but I don't think we need to do that. Am I greedy playing Greed's Gambit? You know, there's, I think, a decent argument that we are, but I might do it anyway. I think I'm going to cut the Badlands Revival. I guess you can get Oko back with it, though. That's true. I'm keeping this just because it's a flyer. It's pretty uninteresting. Splash, 5-drop, but I might just do it. Let me shoot the sheriff. So, all right. Weird deck. Good amount of removal, though. I guess that's potentially nice. We'll find out. Yeah. What do we want to do? What do I want to cut? Do I want to keep this locomotive? It only crews. I mean, crew 1 is not bad, and creating treasure. You can only. I mean, that's pretty cool if you have extra creatures. Can't you just crew it with like 5 creatures at the end of your opponent's turn and just make 5 treasures? Or am I not reading this right? I mean, I guess we'll find out. I think that could be correct, though. So if you're able to tap a bunch of creatures, you can make a bunch of treasures. I'm not 100% sure, but that's how I'm reading it. Keeping Holy Cow because it's a flyer with upside. Flash flyer with upside, even on the splash. I'm keeping Bandit's Hall because I probably commit a lot of crimes. It fixes and maybe pays off with some card draw later. And we have a decent amount of top end, so that I don't really want to cut. So what am I cutting? I'm kind of feeling neutralize the guards. But let me see if I'm missing something worse here. I could lower my creature count slightly, because right now you can count Oko as like 15. I don't really want to count Unfortunate Accident as a creature, but I'm basically running Keykeeper as a weird splash thing that can keep big things tapped. That effect is typically pretty good and limited, though. The problem is, I feel like I'm a stall deck running Greed's Gambit. Is running Greed's Gambit too greedy, essentially? And I don't have a great answer for that. I kind of feel like it might be. Like I said, this is going to shine in a beatdown deck because you're already dealing a bunch of damage. We're kind of a slow win in late game. Yeah, I don't want to cut Greed's Gambit, but I kind of feel like we should. We're just like a win in the late game style deck. So it's a weird deck. Let's get our mana base figured out. White spells, we have 4. We have 1 blue spell. For that, we have Lonely Arroyo, the Springs, the Oasis, plus all these commit crimes too, which is nice. Plus Bandit's Hall for fixing. So that's like 4 for Oko, plus all the green mana. White, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not bad. Plus the dredgers, I'm not even counting those. It's more fixing. And then 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 black, which black is our primary color, and we have a bunch of double colors, so I could see that being a problem, but I kind of like the way this mana base looks. Do I need to go to 9 black, potentially? I could see that. like one less white, maybe. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. What's one less white, one more black? So that's like 6, 7, 8, 9 black plus 10, 11, 12. Well, once you have black, I guess Dredger becomes a little bit less important, but this is a weird one. This is a weird deck. All right, we'll run it like this and give her a try. We'll see you round 1. All right, round 1. I guess we can keep this. A little bit on the slow side, but we are like a 4-color I'm crazy deck, so see what we can do. And I guess Rutstein's a little more disappointing when you can't actually do anything with it. All right, well, that is a card that can eventually do something. That's cool. All right, Profiteer or Kambal. Can't quite play that one yet. A mana away from blowing up the Stinger. Let's see if they sack it. Oh, if you've committed a crime. All right. Whenever you commit a crime, put a counter on it. Then you may exile a card from a graveyard. If a creature card was exiled this way, you may have it become a copy of that. Okay. Treasure Dredger. All right. Oh, that's cool. That's going to move us towards Oko and Kambal range, at least. I think I'm going to take it, just in case they can commit a crime there. All right, no play, so at least I can make a treasure. But we're missing land drops, aren't we? Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I guess we play Kambal this turn, don't we? All right, so we'll play another Dredger and pass. And all right. All right. Well, I guess we can do Oko and make an elk. So even if Oko dies here, buy some time. I think we're gonna try and triple block here. So we're in a little bit of a tough spot. Ooh, rough one. All right, I guess we're off to the next one. All right. Yeah, I like this hand. Get our green. I like that better, because then we can do Treasure Dredger turn 2. Turn 3, play this, and we can get our turn 4 Oko. So that works for me. So 2 can play at this Oko game, huh? If he attacks, I'm wondering if I should just block and make a treasure, because less bodies on the board for Oko out there. I kind of like. Because then I can't make an elk right away. I mean, I guess I could just draw, discard some cards too, so. But now I kind of just want to make an elk. I mean, what's another option? I don't really want to murder. Could make it, because I'm missing my land drop again, so. I am running 17 lands, right? I mean, I'm sure I am. I just kind of want to verify here. 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, I'm running 17. Just wanted to make sure. Playing Oko here is not bad, but I don't have to tap my Dredger. If they have 2 removal spells, though, they kill. I kind of feel like it's just a waste, though, if I'm not doing anything else. I'm going to wait one more turn. I guess I don't have to. I could just draw 2, discard 2. Actually, you know what? That's better. Let's do that. Because then I can hit my land drop, too. And I can get something back with Rutstein. Yeah, I like this more. We haven't committed a crime, unfortunately, but that's all right. Oh, no lands. Wow. All right. Well, let's discard... Well, 2 creatures and Marauder gets cheaper. I like that. So maybe I can play this. Maybe the Keykeeper, because we're mana starved as it is. And Rutstein gets creatures back, so probably a Supplier too. All right. So I can trade. They're missing that on drop 2, but I'm drawing 2 a turn, so. And I can murder that. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. So let's murder. And then we're going to draw 2, discard 1. kill the neutralize the guards. Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's keep our lands coming for now. All right. So I have some options now. So I can do Bandits Hall plus Profiteer and then make a 3/3. Can do Rutstein plus Marauder to get a flyer going. And then I can even, Oko can become the flyer and get in for 4 flying. It's pretty good. Guess I can protect 3 loyalty on there. Question is, do I even have to, or would I rather? Do I need to keep the loyalty? I don't think I do. All right, that's cool. So that can trade as well. Rutstein can get back Cabal. We should do Rutstein first because it can makes everything else cheaper, which is just amazing. Let me make sure commit a crime too. You have to target them. Okay. So this targets them. So we're going to do Rutstein plus Marauder. Getting probably Cabal back, which is cheaper. Oh, this gets more expensive though. But that's all right. I can commit a crime. Oh, but I probably want this to block the Pyromancer, don't I? Yeah. Makes more sense. So I have to discard 2, but that's all right. Probably the Grizzly. I want to keep my flyers. I guess Vadmir too. I'm just gonna have a deck full of lands by the end, and then I can play Marauder for 1. That's sweet. That's actually really nice. I got to commit the crime. Let's see if what they discard here. So, all right. Yeah, we can get in for 7 here. It's got reach. So, thankfully we've got some good removal. Yeah, we can ditch the land now. So take an 8 in the air. All right. Cool. See you for the next one. This is a good hand. Oh, that's a cool card. We get a turn 4 Gitrog Ravenous Ride. That's nice. See if we can ride that to a bunch of damage. And even if they kill it, got good old Rutstein to get it back. I guess I actually need to rip a land to still do Gitrog on turn 4. Unless I just run out Rutstein for reduced cost value, but I don't love that. I can't tell a lie. I don't love that. I want to do better. All right, no plays is good. And that was a great draw. So now we'll just pass. Leave up Dredger. Get this sweet, sweet Ravenous Ride down. All right. So we'll go Swamp, get Trog down. I mean, I could jam Supplier. But this gets in for 6 now. And then the turn after that, yeah, let's just get in 6 here. Because next turn I can do Accident, Murder. So they got to deal with Gitrog now. And then I can do Rutstein. I can't do Rutstein plus Supplier. So if they, even if they kill Gitrog, I can get it back, which is nice. This can block. I could just jam that and put a counter on the Gitrog too. It's good use of mana. What do you do? All right. Well, that's cool. Let's get our green mana down and jam Supplier, pump the Ravenous Ride and get in for 7. All right. So then we have good flying blocker. We have Accident plus Murder, but we only have 2 black mana. I would need 7 anyway in order to cast both, even without making the Mercenary. So a little ways away from that. I can't even really do, I was going to say I can't do Rutstein plus Murder, but I guess I could with Treasure Dredger. So, option is there. All right, they're reading the Gitrog Ravenous Ride. It says Ward 1 as well, huh? Okay. They've missed some land drops, which has been pretty serious for them. Wow. So Oko, wait, is it non-legend too? Comes a copy, no. So if I copy Get Drog, then I'd have to sack one. So that's not great. I don't want to do that. So instead, I think we're probably gonna just play a land. Get in with this. All right, so then we can just murder the armadillo, pay the ward. And then pass. Then we'll make a treasure at the end of their turn. Could have done the unfortunate accident, but I wouldn't have been able to do the full value one. Oh, I guess I could have. Maybe that would have been better. Because they're both double black. Yeah, that's true. I should have done that instead, because I still could have made the treasure too. All right. Oh, well, yeah, that's pretty mean. All right, we'll see you for the next one. Let's see here. Yeah, it's a keep. Got a 5-mana 6/5 coming too. We'll play the, well, these are both white lands, so flats is probably better. Ooh. So I could technically jam Rutstein. I need 2 green to do a turn 4 Cactarantula, so that's not going to work. So we'll do Arroyo and pass. Guess I might as well. All right. I'm going to need a second green, so no reason to do Rutstein now. Well, that's cool. All right, let's get down the... I have a feeling they probably have some fight spells, but that's all right. If they target Cactarantula, we draw, and then I can get it back with Rutstein, so I'm kind of okay with that too. And I'm okay with them attacking with Death Touchers too. So I can smash back with Cactarantula. All right. Unfortunately, can't cast the Marauder. I'm gonna have to pay a full cost Marauder here. Ooh. Well, that's a mount, unfortunately, so can't tap that with the Keykeeper. All right, well, let's jam Marauder here. Yeah, another Skullduggery. Okay. All right, so I think I double block here. Yeah, we'll take one. That way we don't take trample damage from the Gitrog. Only have 2 green mana, so can't do that plus Cactarantula. Nice one. All right. Well, we have our own. I guess that's cool. So probably need the Cactarantula still. And then we'll play Gitrog. So we'll trade Rutstein for Servant. Get the Death Toucher off the board. And then I can block Ravenous Ride plus Keykeeper on Gitrog. All right. Ooh, that was a good draw. So we can get in with Cactarantula, play Chemball, tap the Buzzard. All right, got there. See you for the next one. All right, it's a good hand. Yeah, I like it. So Dredger into Chemball. Or Grizzly, I guess. Either one works. If I draw a land, it may actually be wiser to just make the treasure for a turn 4 Gitrog. That's true. Prickly pear is good. And it's a mercenary, so I can't shoot it. All right. Huh. Well, Kambal's probably the wisest then for now. Yeah, especially with Treasure Dredger out. That makes sense. Because then we're just draining them. And now if they make a token, we just make copies of it. It's really good. All right, well, I'm gonna guess a ride down or something. Just gonna go ahead and play it safe. So I have Holy Cow. I can leave up 2. So let's just do Springs and pass here. All right, so we'll dredge. Let me just make sure it's not just our turn. Okay, let's make a token. Drain them. Play Holy Cow. Gain life. Scry. Kind of want to land here, so we'll keep that. Block. All right, so we got to land. Can make the elk, but yeah, honestly, we'd probably just jam a Kitrog. I think I'm just gonna try and raise. All right, no cards left in hand. I'm at 6. I'm feeling pretty good. All right, so I can play Lush Oasis. Can play Oko. We've committed a crime. Gonna make an elk. Drain them. Yeah. I'll take that victory. See you for the next one. All right, just a keep. We got Oko. We can play 2 off a Dredger. So that's nice. Potential Cactarantula at some point too. All right. I can play a turn 4 Cactarantula, so I think I'm just going to leave the Dredger. Kind of sacrificing a little bit by playing the lands that commit grinds, but it's not a huge deal. Getting a turn 4 6/5 reach with upside is pretty slick. Especially if they're just plotting there. Alright, so we can go get our 7 green, jam this, attack for 2. I think the Cactarantula is actually very good. It's just not easy to deal with either. Efficient and kind of punishing if they kill it. Attempt to, whatever. And with Oko too, like turning it into a hexproof Cactarantula. Sure. Make sheep while it's saddled. That's cool. We can do the grizzly. So let's go land, grizzly, and I think we'll just pass. I can make a treasure as needed. So with a treasure from Dredger, we can do Oko plus neutralize the guards, I believe. Yeah, 7 mana. Says vigilance too, huh? I think I'm just gonna take it. Kind of feels like a combat trick, so them having a vigilance guy makes it a little trickier, but I probably should just put the grizzly in front of the paladin, I guess. Huh, that's true. I'm trying. Unfortunately, I don't know all the buff spells, so that makes this a little trickier. All right, so let's go. Land, Oko. Can go to 4, force the attack on Oko. Could draw 2, discard 2, because I have all the removal too. And dump these 2 lands. And then they, yeah, you know, this actually at least forces a paladin to go towards it, so I kind of like that. We'll get rid of the 2 non-tap lands because this actually commits a crime, and that 1 life could actually be important. Plus, I can still play Holy Cow. Wow. Holy cow. That's sweet. Let's see how they attack and what they attack. Yeah, because now Oko can become a copy of, if it lives, copy of Cactarantula, so that's pretty strong. Both at me. Wow. All right. So we'll block the... Oh, it's got trample. Never mind. We'll block the Vigilance guy just so we don't randomly die to a bunch of damage. So they need to give +7. Man, it's certainly possible. Could have double blocked the Paladin, but I don't love that either. Oh, it untaps him. Oh, that's cool. They get an additional combat phase too. It's pretty strong. Xaxes too. Wow. And first strike trample. Wow. It's pretty strong. Oh, I guess they got us. We'll see you for the next one. All right, we'll keep this. Good hand. Yeah, real good hand, actually. I like that card. We'll just do the Grizzly here. The next turn I can do the Heath to commit a crime. And I can play Holy Cow. I can do Bandit's Hall though and get Cactarantula next turn guaranteed. I kind of like that. I'll just attack with the Grizzly. Leave up Holy Cow. Well, I guess I should have done the Hall first if I was going to play the Heath. That's true. Alright, whatever. We'll do it now. I mean, Holy Cow would have let me scry and potentially find a land too. That's true. Alright. So, we can commit a crime, make Vadmir bigger. Still do Cactarantula. Alright, I like that. Well, drop the ball a little bit with the not getting the second counter there on the Bandit's Hall, but that's alright. Well, I've got an unfortunate accident, so I can at least kill the Desecrator. This costs what, 5 mana? I mean, I have 6, so let's just get in with Cactarantula here. See how they want to block. They maybe just want to take it. Just gonna take it. All right, that's cool too. Because now we can do Marauder and still commit a crime. potentially get a card draw out of this. No. Well, still feel pretty good about it. Sack some mercenaries. So one more counter and Vadmir gets Menace and Lifelink. It's pretty strong. Let's see if they have a fight spell. Maybe that's why they're making their dude so big. All right, well, now we can just kill him. All right, see you for the next one. That is keep. No green mana, but we're going to keep this. We at least get Kambal and then shoot the sheriff. Green mana away from Oko, which is not too shabby either. All right, well, can actually kill that, which is nice. And I found my green mana, and that's also nice, so I think we'll just pass. We'll attack. There's a good chance we just shoot the sheriff here on the Razzle Dazzler. I'm just playing a little cool. I'm willing to take one with damage too. I just want to get a good bang for my buck here, get a body off the board. All right, I'm gonna shoot her anyway. That'd be great with a counter spell, because I want to resolve this Oko. Kind of feels like they have a counter, to be honest. No play. I'm just going to get in with 2 and play the Grizzly then. If they have a kill spell here, I'll just jam Oko. Basically, if they have a counter spell, I just want to get it out of the way on my less important spells. Well, if I played Oko, they could have killed it, so I kind of like this more. Still need a land to play the Gitrog, importantly. I like the Rooftop Assassin. It's a good card. Makes sense. All right, so we can play Oko, commit a crime, draw, but that gets indestructible on their turn. That's a tough one. don't really want to take a turn off. So I guess we just do Soured Springs, Oko, draw 2, discard 1. Guess Locomotive. Not that it's bad, I feel like just... I mean, I guess I could dump Revival. But Revival gets something back. I mean, I guess it could... No, that doesn't make sense. No. Alright, we'll just dump this. Could actually do the Marauder and bring it back with Revival at some point. Huh. That's actually kind of fascinating, but... Is that actually better? It might be. It's interesting. So let's see if they commit a crime. Like if they have a kill spell, do I chump? Kind of feel like I do. Oko's doing pretty good work here. Okay, block here. Creatures control but don't own our mercenaries. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top X cards of your target opponent's library, X's number of outlaws you control. You control but don't own. I mean, cast spells from among those cards. Wow, that's really good. We might need to murder that. Wait, do they not have any? They do have a mercenary. So if I kill the mercenary, or outlaws you control. Mercenaries, pirates, rogues, assassins too. Yeah, so I guess we gotta kill that, huh? Jeez. So let's murder this. Guess I could make the elk. I need to draw. I want to just get some stuff off my back here, so could dump the locomotive now, I guess. Play the land. So I guess I can do Revival to get Oko back to my hand and then resurrect the Marauder and possibly draw or make them discard and I draw. It's pretty good. Let them play some cards. I'm alright with that. Yeah. My guy would have died anyway, so. All right, let's do Revival here. Get Marauder back, plus Oko to hand. Hopefully I didn't get anything too good. We have a lot of our rare strong dudes already, so hopefully just like a couple lands. Alright, we still got a land. And we can play Dredger. It's nice. I might need to block Assassin with Marauder just because of the lifelink. Although, it doesn't have Death Touch, does it? No. So, oh, maybe they won't let me. Ooh, that's a good one. That's our Honest Rutstein too, so they did find our strong card. Kind of tempted to block there, to be honest. It's a tough spot. Another option is take it and put a counter on the Marauder with the Supplier. And then I have a big flyer. And I can block too. Alright, let's maybe do that. Oh, well, that's really nice too. So 7 mana. Let's do the Supplier plus the Dredger for now. Yeah, Laughing Jasper Flint seems pretty strong for a 3-mana 4/3. I don't know if it needed to be a 4/3, to be honest. Just got 2 creatures too. That's funny. And Rutstein to make them cheaper. Just killing me with my own cards. Getting 11 points of damage in is going to be tricky. 4, 5, 6, 7, so 8 mana. Is it just one turn? Till end of turn. So they, oh, that's good. That's nice, actually. That is actually good. I like that. So I guess I can do get drug plus neutralize. Question is, do I want to do Oko right now? They're gonna have that key keeper. This game's not gonna go well for me the longer Laughing Jasper Flint's out, so let's get in with this. At least threaten lethal. Wow, they had a counterspell too, huh? Seems pretty good. It's actually tolerable, I guess. Yeah, those aren't gonna do it. Just jamming strong cards there. Card is pretty dang strong. Too bad I don't have a way to get hasty. If I get hasty in the air, I could actually potentially kill them. But I guess that's not true. They have the key keeper, so they can even keep my dudes locked down. Wow, Laughing Jasper Flint. One of many cards, I imagine, that are extraordinarily strong in this format. Like I said, the fact that they made it a 3-mana 4/3 on top of that extraordinarily strong ability. You just mill your opponent out. Mill your opponent out while playing their strongest stuff. Wow. I mean, that's just really strong. I don't know why they didn't play Holy Cow. You can play any number of them, right? Yeah. They're like not even... I think they just want to mill me out, which I guess is kind of understandable. I can't afford to draw cards because I'll just get milled out. I think I'm going to get milled out anyway. But an opponent could have easily killed me, but they're just doing it in the more agonizing way. But I get it. They want to have fun with Laughing Jasper Flint. It's a fun card. Like I said, no haste though is the real problem. Not even using Keykeeper. I mean, they've got us here anyway. Tap our dude, tap another dude. But like I said, they wanna mill us out. cards left. Can't do it. All right. Well, yeah, Laughing Jasper Flint. Pretty strong card as it turns out in Limited. All right. Got 5 wins. It's pretty good. I love the deck. It was a lot of fun. Let's do some pack one, pick ones. All right. All these joins up cards, huh? Whenever a legendary creature you control dies, deals damage equal to that creature's power to target opponent. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with 2 additional +1/+1 counters on it. All right, it's actually a cool enchantment. Saw Marauding Sphinx already. It's very strong. I like it. It's got Vigilance 2 and Ward 2. This card's really, really good. The Muscle was pretty good. Was Prosperity Tycoon. Make a Mercenary. Sack it. Gain Indestructible. Tap it. Okay. Humiliate. We saw this a few times. Link Breaker's good. Probably first pick the Sphinx. Yeah, first pick Sphinx. It's really good. All right, another Sphinx. 4 mana, 5/3 Flash Flyer. Has hexproof as long as you haven't cast a spell this turn. Yeah, it seems like it puts games away. Vial Smasher, we saw this. Good card. Naturalist. What's the Vengeful Townsfolk do? 3 mana, 3/3. Oh, that's cool. I like that. So it's whenever one or more other creatures. So like if 3 creatures die at once, you just get 1 counter. That's important to note. It was really impressive, Cactarantula. This was a great card. Often was just a 5 mana, 6/5 reach that they didn't want to target. That's really good. I'd first pick the Sphinx. Void Slime. What's this one? Key to the Vault. Why was that turned upside down? I don't know. Void Slime. There's an old school card. I would not first pick that, although it is a harder to cast cancel. It has more than that, but you know what I'm saying. Intrepid Stablemaster, 2 mana, 2/2 reach, ramps, but you can only cast it mount or vehicle. Oh, it's kind of cool. If you have enough mounts, it's actually be really good. I mean, it's a 2 mana, 2/2 reach too. That ramps. It's a nice card. I could see first picking that. I like the Assassin too. The Bandit's kind of cool. I like that you can multi-ramp with it and it fixes for anything. What's the Key to the Vault to? Equipment. Whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, look at that many cards at the top of your library. Exile a non-land card from among them. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. You can cast exile card without paying its mana cost. Okay. So pretty clunky to get going, but you do get free cards, sort of. Probably just take the Stable Master. Saw this already. What's the Gardener do? Ramps 2. Yeah, I'd take Stable Master. I mean, I guess the other one ramps for any color, but it's just a 1/1, but you can do it more than once a turn. Maybe that's debatable. Getting a double ramp could be better, but having a 2/2 reach is also valuable, so I don't know. I went for the uncommon over the common, basically. All right, one last job. 3 minutes, so it's return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, return a mount or vehicle card from your graveyard to the battlefield, return an aura or equipment card from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to a creature you control. So creature, mount or vehicle, plus aura equipment for the low price of 7 mana. Still, it's kind of cool. I mean, you can pay less too. Skewer the Critics, that's pretty cool. Spectacle is if an opponent lost life. Okay. Any target, 3 damage is pretty nice. You may put, yeah, so this is the one that can get rid of plotted cards, but you don't get a ton of opportunities to do that. Outlaw Stitcher, 4 mana, 1/4. You get a zombie, then put 2 +1/+1 counters on that token for each spell you've cast this turn other than the first. Oh, that's cool. And you can plot it. That's a great card. I like that. That's a cool card. And then, yeah, Geyser Drake, which is also cool. Make your stuff cheaper on their turn, which is nice. I do think flyers are good. You can see taking the removal here. One last job, I don't think I'm first picking. It is kind of cool, but you can see taking the Stitcher. That is a good effect. Basically, you pay 5 mana, you have to wait a turn, but then you can cast like 2 spells, and you get 4 mana, you get a free 1/4 plus a 6/6. It's pretty strong. It's an uncommon too, but probably take Skewer. It's tough to go wrong with 3 damage any target. You can burn face with it, even if you do pay the 3 mana. And if you don't pay the 3 mana, you pay 1 mana for 3 damage, which is obviously good too. So. All right. B-Devil is some pretty good removal, instant speed. A little hard to cast mana-wise, but Lazav, uncommon. We saw this already. Just gets bigger. Yeah, that's so good. Just Lazav. I mean, it just grows and grows and grows. And then you exile cards from graveyards and make it copies of that with +1/+1 counters. Oh, the +1/+1 counter only. It triggers once a turn, I see. But it's hard to get to that because you have to go through a wall of text to see that full ability only triggers once a turn, I think. I think it's referring to the whole thing, including the first line, but not 100% sure. But I take Lazav there. All right. Interesting format. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.